Hi, Ms. Montel. How are you?
Hi, I'm Rhonda. If you don't care to call me Rhonda, it'd be greatly appreciated.
No problem. Welcome to the IEP meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Esther Dunn, the speech therapist.
Okay,
Joey Patrick, school psychologist.
okay,
Ronnie Whitley, general education
okay.
teacher.
Hi, I'm Alicia Holt, and I'm a special education teacher.
Oh, okay. Great to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
But thank you for coming. We are here today to go over Jack's individual education plan
Okay.
for you. We're going to individually tell you what we're going to do, and we're going to go through this document. And the start date for this document is going to be April 26th, which is going to be tomorrow,
Okay.
so that Jack will get these services started right away. And he's already getting some services now, and we'll talk about that here too.
Okay.
Is there any questions you would like to ask?
Yeah, I was wondering, you have the speech education, you have the special education teacher and you have the general education teacher
Yes.
here. Why is it in Jack's best interest to be in a general education class instead of a special education classroom?
Well, as a special education teacher, I believe since he is diagnosed with just a level 1 ASD, he doesn't necessarily need to be taken out of his general education classroom and put into a special education classroom. And also, he tends to struggle a little bit with socialization skills, so I also believe that would also help him start to feel more comfortable around his peers and with his friends.
Yes, because he doesn't like to be around a whole bunch of people. And what are your views with him being in your classroom? How does he do in your classroom?
Yeah, I believe that it's in Jack's best interest to be in an inclusive classroom in a least restrictive environment. I feel like he will succeed best in that environment. I also have implemented a lot of small group activities, which Jack has seemed to really improve because of that, because the groups are smaller and he doesn't have to socialize with the bigger groups.
Oh, that's good, that's good. I'm a hands-on mother, and I would like to know, what can I do at home to help Jack excel? And how will I know that he is progressing in class instead of falling behind?
Okay, yeah, so for my classroom, I administer Google Classroom as well as Class Dojo.
Okay.
So on Google Classroom, I have tons of resources posted up for parents. And I have a username and password for Jack, for you specifically. So you can get on there anytime you want, and there's all kinds of different stuff that you can utilize. And then the Class Dojo also helps with behavior as well. So we can track his behavior daily. It's just an app on the phone, so you can get on and you can see when Jack has earned points or maybe he's lost points that day. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Speaking of Jack's behavior, what is it that you do? Because I have issues with him at home. What is it that when you see his behavior here in school, what is it that you do that works that I could probably incorporate at my house to help me with dealing with his behavior that he's having at the house?
Well, the biggest thing with ASD is having a predictable routine. So if he knows what's expected of him, his behavior will improve.
Okay.
And we're going to work on like some role-playing things, and I'm going to go over what's expected of him socially. Just have real clear general rules on what his behavior is expected, and just patiently continue to remind him.
So in other words, have like a schedule. This has to be done this day and this has to be done regular. Okay, all right. We have our speech. Okay. Jack doesn't really like change. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's how Jack is. So I know that I would love for him to have speech here at school, but would it benefit him better to have speech at school, or would it still benefit for him to stay in his private speech where he's already accustomed to being around the same person over and over and over again?
Okay, I believe that he would benefit from having his evenings off, and I think that taking speech at school would give him more structure to where when it comes to his education, doing it all at school in one place, And also, you wouldn't have to worry about driving him back and forth to his private speech therapist. And you wouldn't also have to worry about paying, and this would of course be free because it's provided by the school. I also believe that if you put him into the school's speech therapy program, that his general ed, his special ed, and I could all work together hand in hand on what he needs help with, and that would actually really benefit him.
Now, would you be able to give me some ideas on how I can help him at home in order to help you in school?
Yeah, of course. What we've seen that Jack has problems with is his prosody skills, which includes like how he chunks what he's reading and the emphasis that he puts on certain words. So I think if you read out loud more to him and had him reread what you read, trying to use the same tone and emphasis and things like that, I think he could really benefit. And that his reading fluency would really increase.
Yeah, I do try to read to him as much as possible, but with his cousin coming and going, and then my boyfriend coming in and having to meet the needs of them too, it's kind of hard to reach them on a daily basis.
That's another reason I think if he just did his speech therapy at school, it would really benefit him because he wouldn't have to worry about his evenings or anything like missing out on anything.
Well, thank you. And I have a problem with, I know that Jack isn't based according to society on as a normal child, and there has been tendencies for some kids to be bullied. Has Jack had any issues with bullying? And because he won't talk to me about these things, and if so, what is it that you would do that stops it, or how do you prevent bullying to even occur with him?
Well, first of all, he's never come to me with any issues at all with any other of the children. Miss Whitley has not came to me either, and nor Miss Wolf has come to me to let me know that anything is happening. And if we were aware of something happening, we would most definitely get to the bottom of it, because the bullying is not here. We do bring in different programs that often do little sketches for our students at assemblies, and we do a bullying assembly at least twice a year. And a Say No to Drugs one as well, that's also twice a year. And so we do. We do have some time put aside sometimes in the classroom that the teachers go over extra things for bullying and little different ways that we can bring attention to it a little more.
Good. Because I'm totally against bullying.
Oh, yes, and as we are too.
Right.
I mean, that's just something we're not, we don't have a school of bullies.
Good. Okay. Well, that's all that I have as of right now, so.
Okay. Well, some of the things that you discussed in here with the teachers today were things like can you measure his success and how can you do those things? If you look through your IEP and you go to page 28 here, it says methods and frequency for reporting.
Okay.
That's reporting. Every 5 weeks. So every 5 weeks you're going to get something too as well. And we here at West School offer progress reports, and that's how it will come. It will come in a progress report. But you can also get that online as well through our school website.
Okay.
You go on parent and student, and you click there, and it'll show you their progress reports, and you can look at it anytime you want. It has little places on there that you can leave messages for the teachers, any of them, or even our doctor here. You can leave any kind of messages you want, and they check it, and it pops up on our computer to let us know that we have email there. So if you can't get a hold of us, try emailing us as well. We always try to get back to our parents at least by the end of the day, but you have to understand that they're in instruction time as well.
Yes.
So do those. So I wanted to let you know that might answer some of your questions there. And the Google Classroom is a great option to use. And Jack's measurable objectives that we talked about in reading, where he has the most deficiency, was reading. And I know that our intervention specialist has done quite a few things with him this year that has been helping with that, along with his general education teacher. If you would like to explain those too. to Rhonda here, you know, the frequency testing.
Well, what I would like to provide for you as well would be to have you take home some fluency paragraphs and some sight words so you could kind of go over them with him at home.
Okay, I can do that. So how does he do when it comes to reading? I mean, I know he has an issue, and I know sometimes it can be hard to understand, and I know he gets frustrated because he's not up with the rest of the class, but
Page 27 of your IEP, if you look at the
Measurable annual goals.
measurable annual goals, you can see they're listed right here. And he has the reading fluency, and he did the oral reading fluency exam.
okay.
So yeah, so Jack's in the inclusive classroom, and my goal is to keep Jack there for the remainder of his first grade year. I think he can really excel in that type of classroom with the least restrictive environment. To assess his fluency, I gave him an oral reading fluency assessment. And for this assessment, he read 12 words per minute. And the goal for this year is for Jack to be reading 30 words per minute with 90% accuracy.
Okay.
And I think that's a very reachable goal for Jack.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Doctor, I got a question. I don't know much on ASD. Is there any way that I can find out what my son actually, what I have to do and how to understand what is going on with my son?
Well, there is a support group that meets in New Boston that I have the information here for you that I can give to you at the end. But you can also, I mean, you can Google it. And were we going to get a package together for her?
Yes, we can. We can get a package together for you for many different of the support systems that we have surrounding here in Scioto County. And you'll find that very helpful. If you will turn to page 29 of your IEP, this shows you exactly what is going to happen with Jack over the next year. Okay, and so let's go down and let's kind of talk about these, because these will address the goals that we've mentioned here today. Like our speech pathologist, how often are you coming in and when are you coming in to take Jack for speech therapy?
Okay, well, I'll be at the school every day, so if he does need to change the days that he comes in, but we'll probably set like a Monday, Wednesday meeting time, so
Okay.
twice a week, for only about 30 minutes or whenever we're done with the assessment or the lesson I have planned for him. And I think 30 minutes twice a week is plenty because I don't want to take him out of his other like general education class or a special education class too often because they also have things that they need to get done with him. And again, like we're all going to be working on his reading skills and his reading fluency, but I think an hour a week we can really drill down on his speaking aloud.
That way people can understand him a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Now, our school psychologist is also going to come in and see
Okay.
Jack.
I'm just going to be observing Jack for now, but anytime that he needs some time, I am going to be able to work with him for like 30 minutes a week, and we'll work on things that will help his social behavior.
Okay, good. And help him accommodate more and fit in more with the rest of the class?
That's right.
Okay, thanks.
That's why our teachers are coming in and our doctor is coming into Jack's class, so that we can observe him, and so if there is some way that they can help him in that setting, that keeps him in the general education classroom, keeps him in instruction time, so he's not missing anything important, or he won't get, behind in math because we're pulling him out for this and that.
Oh, okay.
Same with our special education teacher, our intervention specialist here. She will also be in the classroom daily,
Okay.
observing Jack and helping with.
What I would like to do would be to provide some assistance for his testing. So during his weekly testings and also his district and statewide testings, I will take him into a resource room and I will kind of go over the directions, the questions, and the multiple choice answers, just to kind of get him more of a feel on what they are actually talking about. And if he needs more time, he'll have more time to go over it. And if he needs breaks, those will also be provided for him.
Now, are you going to be reading these tests to him?
I will pretty much just giving him like assistance,
Okay,
just kind of going over them, just if he needs help.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that Jack will read most of it on his own, but where he doesn't understand and words that aren't, he's not recognizing, she will be able to
Okay, good.
provide that assistance to him. We are not gonna worry about the third grade guarantee just yet because he's only in first grade.
Okay,
We want to see some progress, and we believe that progress is already being made, and Jack, that we may not have to worry about that. But we can discuss that at next year's IEP meeting, which will happen on April the 25th of 2018. We'll reevaluate and redo all of our strategies and give you more information, and we'll see you then to talk about Jack. But anytime you need us, you may email us, you can call us, leave messages, and we'll get back to you. And if there's anything else that we can help you with, or if you have any other questions about the IEP, feel free to ask us, or, compile some questions.
well, you know what, I greatly appreciate this. I see that we are all on the same page and trying to do what is best for my son Jack, so that he can excel and progress in school as well as in his near future. And I appreciate that, I really do. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. So, yes, so we can go ahead and sign our IEP document here today, and
Good year for
they,
good pictures.
thank you. Jack is an amazing young man, and he's gonna do excellent things. I see a bright future ahead of that young man.
Well, good, I hope so.
And I'm trying to see him on the basketball court over this summer. We're doing the summer basketball league.
Oh,
That
well,
might
I
be
didn't
something
know that about that.
he would
That'll
be
be
interested in.
interesting.
Yes, we do a summer basketball league, and there will be a soccer.
Oh, okay.
Soccer league this summer
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, because
So that
I'm
might be
getting
something
involved
he
in
might
the
be
other things.
interested in.
That will
Yes.
help with his social skills
Oh,
too, don't you
definitely
agree?
will.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well then, I will look into that, and I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem, and don't forget our spring concert's coming up.
Okay, I should be there.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Why, thank you, and we will make copies of this for you before you leave and give this to you, a signed copy as well.
Okay, thank you. It was great meeting you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting everybody. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. And I appreciate this.
Yes, no, thank you. It was a
You
pleasure.
guys have a great day.
Yes, you too.